Hey Simmers, welcome back to the channel. And if you've been here for a minute, then long time no post. I know it's been a while since I posted anything on YouTube. It's been probably about a month. I have been a little bit active in the community posting area just to give you guys that playlist and also the Sims for my back series, but I am currently working on getting back into YouTube. There's just been a couple of things going on in my personal life, but everything is okay. It's just been rather busy, but I wanted to do something pretty nice or pretty cool for the spooky season. So I decided to build a haunted house. So it's definitely been a challenge for me. I'm definitely not a builder, but I did enjoy doing this. I was trying to follow kind of like a similar look to this house that I found through Google. And I wanted to kind of mimic that style a little bit. But overall, I just wanted to really do something for the spooky day season. But in regards to my YouTube channel, guys, don't worry, I am going to be getting back into it. I've actually been working on updating the Sims in my Mikko's Journal series, doing all of their makeovers, upgrading the high school, because now, Mikko's going to be a teenager along with her cousins, Monica and Carmen. And then her other cousins are also going to be growing up as well, her siblings. Like, it's going to be a time. But I am having fun doing that on the back end. But that's been a lot of fun to do. But I did want to just take a minute to get this build out for you guys for Halloween today. Happy Halloween. And then I've also been setting up for another CC overview video, which is going to not really be a surprise, but my birthday's coming up and I'm hoping I can get that out on my birthday. It's going to be focusing on CC birthday sets and cakes, my personal favorites. So there might be some that you already have in your game, or maybe there's some that you never knew existed, but I think it's going to be just a really nice, chill and cute and fun little CC overview video. So hopefully you like that, and hopefully you look forward to that coming soon. But in regards to this house, guys, like, even though I have fun building it, I struggled with making these roofs. Like, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just easy for other people, but for me, I don't know what it is about building roofs on The Sims, but I struggled so hard. I just didn't know what pieces to use. I don't know. I've been trying to follow the picture that I showed you guys a little bit earlier, just in terms of how I wanted the roof to be, especially like the top part of this house. I really wanted to be sort of kind of like a lookout tower type of feeling. At first I was just going to make it a closed off room, but then I was like, no, you know what? In order to kind of get that look, which in the picture it looks like they just use larger windows, but I wanted to go ahead and use some half walls and kind of open up that space and make it like a really nice, like kind of like a lookout tower, but also kind of like a balcony type of thing. So I got that down, and then I did struggle with, kind of figuring out what I wanted the outside exterior paint to look like. So like brickwork or some siding. I wasn't really sure, so I cycled through so many different options. But then when I changed the lighting in game, I was like, you know what? It kind of looks better. Like, I changed it to where it was kind of like a evening lighting, and that made the darks pop out a lot more. So you'll see that in a few minutes. But other than that, like, building the house itself was a challenge, but it was fun. But I really, really enjoyed doing my favorite part, which is the landscaping for this. And let me tell you, like, not only is it kind of hard to use the build by items, when it's not CC, so not using custom content, just using what the game offers you, it is a little bit challenging, but it's still a lot of fun because it does allow me to see the type of stuff that we actually have in game, like that I don't use on a daily basis. So I use a lot of CC in general when I decorate my houses. So seeing what the game actually has to offer me and seeing how everything ties together is a lot more fun than I realized. But you'll see here that I did mess up with the foundation. There was like a little white piece kind of sticking up underneath the fence line. So I tried to lower the foundation, and in turn that made me mess up because I couldn't really fix it. So I had to put in a little like step up piece in front of the front door. Like in the end it kind of worked out because I decorated that front step and, you know, added some pumpkins and you know, decorated the front to look more like it's for Halloween. So it did work out, and, you know, if you use this build yourself, then you could just use that front piece to decorate for any kind of holidays that your Sims might celebrate. So trust me, once you see the pictures at the end of this, you'll be like, oh yeah, that looks cute. Or hopefully you're thinking it. I don't really know, but still, decorating the inside of this house was pretty fun. But again, just using the items that you have in game can be a little bit more challenging because, you know me, like I decorate, and when I decorate, like I use a lot of CC. So I could have went all out with this if I used CC, but I did my best. I did add a lot of vine work around the house. And at first I was going to go with the standard green, but then looking at the color swatches that the vines had, I was like, oh, I love fall colors. Like there's this really nice red that comes with the color swatches. So I decided to change all of them to that. Like it's so gorgeous. Like I love this color. But the inside of the house, like I added like a bunch of spider webs and cracks on the walls and floors, like the wallpaper like coming off and everything like that. So generally I was going to, when I was taking screenshots, I was going to see if I could wait for the house to get like super dusty. If you own the Bust to Dust kit, then you might have seen when the houses or the building itself is like extremely dusty, you'll see like particles flying through the air and everything like that. I thought that would have been a nice touch in pictures, but I decided not to just wait around for that and just, you know, make sure I place the lighting in certain spaces of the house to make it look like you have some darker corners and the lighting is just a little bit more dramatic and can be a little bit more creepy at night. So I decided to do it that way, and then while taking pictures, you know, that kind of made everything pop, especially when I got to editing the pictures a little bit. And I did want to add a basement to this build, but at first I added the basement and then I realized I don't have any space to really add stairs on the inside. So I decided to add them on the outside, and I was going to make it look kind of like a crypt of some sort, but ended up looking like a shack. But I was like, you know what, this is fine. And it just leads to underneath the house, where I then in turn put like just like this a whole bunch of scratches on the walls and stuff, some spider webs, and that's where I put the picture of 𝘠𝘰𝘰𝘬𝘺 from the paranormal pack, because since I have this as a haunted house, you are able to interact with 𝘠𝘰𝘰 when he comes out of his painting or whatever. So he's down there. And really, like, if you don't really like 𝘠𝘰𝘰, you can of course remove his picture, or you can even lock the door. Just keep him down there or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know if he'll be able to make it out of that. But I decided to just add it that way. And after I completed this entire build, like, after I added in some more foliage, some grass and everything. On a side note, I absolutely love using the debug menu, just seeing all of the little intricate details that all of these worlds have, you're able to find a good majority of that stuff in the debug menu. So being able to incorporate those in your builds definitely add a lot of character. So after I did the outside work, I really felt like it was missing something. Like, just looking at it here, you kind of get the sense like, okay, we get it. It's like kind of like an abandoned yard. It's not really being taken care of and all that jazz. But I really felt like it was missing something in terms of what a haunted house should look like, right? And that missing piece or that missing element is fog, like ground fog, like you'll see in the movies or whatever. Maybe in real life you'll see them in cemeteries. So I decided to actually do a quick Google search, and I learned how to make fog in your Sims game without the use of CC or mods. So I didn't show that in this video because this was kind of an afterthought. So I did do all of this after this video, while I was just checking out the house and making sure it didn't show up as modded content in the gallery. So what you actually have to do is go into basement level and you make a room, or however big a room you want to. It could cover the entire upper portion of your housing structure or your lot. So you'll make that room, and you have to make the walls either medium or very high height. And what you're going to do is add the grates from any pack, really, or whatever ones are available to you. So what I mean by the grates is when you go into the pool section, the pool item section, you'll see those grates that make like bubbles in your ponds and pools and everything like that. So you'll add a bunch of those, and this is better tested out in live mode. So you'll switch between live mode and build by, and then you go into live mode, you hit play, and then you'll see the effects. So it'll be like steam rising from the grates. You'll see some bubbles as well. I mean, there's not really anything I could do to really get rid of the bubbles. But they're not all that noticeable, like when you zoom out of the lot and everything like that, but they still look really cool. So you'll add the steam grates in there, the steam will rise up, the bubbles will be there, and then you go back up to ground level where your house would be, and you'll see the steam coming up from the ground. It's actually really, really cool, and it's better done in live mode / build by mode, because then you'll be able to kind of see where those effects will sit, and you'll be able to adjust them easily instead of not being able to see it and having to back out and move a sim in there and all that jazz. But it's really, really cool. It's a really, really cool effect, and I hope it does show up for you guys as intended. But I really did have a lot of fun doing this lot, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. I know not a lot of people, well, at least to my knowledge, not a lot of people have been building haunted houses for a minute. Like, it was definitely a popular thing when the paranormal pack first released, but I thought it would be cool to do for Halloween, and this has definitely allowed me just to learn a little bit more about building. Like, decorating is one thing, but building is definitely another. I do want to eventually build a starter home, so something that is under 20,000 simoleons, because I think this lot overall probably came up to, oh gosh, what was it, like 80,000 something, I think. But I know it's a little bit expensive, but especially my last lot, because that was even larger lot. This is a 30 by 20, but it has a lot of stuff going on with it. But I do want to eventually build a starter home that's under 20K, so hopefully I'll be able to do that and keep it under budget. I just go crazy with the outside decor and inside decor, but I'm gonna probably try to use a lot of debug options instead, since they don't cost anything, so they shouldn't add any cost to the overall build. But I really do hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. Enjoy the pictures at the end. Of course, you can fast forward to the whole thing if you want to, but let me know if you end up using this build. Let me know if you like it, and maybe I'll do more builds in the future. But sit back and relax, guys, and enjoy the rest of the video. Bye, guys.